Hey, TRAD friends out there, it's Tom Morley coming at you once again from Chattanooga, Tennessee for my play along TRAD session number 260. That's right, for 260 Mondays since March of 2020, I have sat down and shared tunes with friends from all over the country and beyond. It's always been fun and it's always been um, great fun to share tunes. That's what I've been doing for so many years. First, I did it on a local level with my own students back in Fairhope, Alabama, and then I've gone the way of the internet and I share these tunes with anybody who wants to tune in and play along with me. All you got to do is grab your instrument and play along. We got a great playlist, another theme playlist here this time. I think of all the tunes that we often play when we're at a session, all of our favorites. Most of them are either in the key with one sharp, G, or two sharps, D, and then we often play tunes that are based on minor scales from those two keys. We often have tunes that are in A minor that are actually still have the sharp up there in the key signature, which means they're in A minor Dorian. So we often play tunes that have two sharps that are in the key of E minor Dorian. That key is the melancholy key that is the hallmark of the sound of a lot of Irish trad tunes. Kind of half sad and half happy, melancholy. I like to think of it. And you're pretty used to knowing where your fingers go no matter what instrument you play. You can be pretty sure you're going to play F sharp and then you're probably going to add a C sharp and you're set to play hundreds of tunes. But there's a lot of tunes in the Irish trad tradition that do not work in those keys. They're in unconventional keys where maybe you have to have a little more study in, and maybe you don't have to particularly have classical background like yours truly, but it might help. And it might also help to practice some different scales other than just a G scale and a D scale. Today I picked some very unique tunes that are in keys we don't expect. And it's fun to be able to put these out here to your trad friends and your own session players and surprise them with tunes in a key they don't expect. The very first tune we're going to play is in the key of C, C major. That's the key where if you know how to play piano, you just keep plunking away on those white keys, never hit a black one, and you'll be just fine. No sharps, no flats, all natural notes. And it's the key of C. On the violin, there it is. And there's a handful of tunes that are in the key of C. I picked two of them to start our session off with here today. Two jigs. The first one's called The Hole in the Hedge. And this is an Irish jig I first heard played by the master fiddle player Martin Hayes. Beautiful, mellow tune. It starts low on the fiddle, starts on the G string. That's unconventional right there. Most fiddle tunes start on the D or even the A string. So we're going to get some mellow, warm sounding notes here with this tune called The Hole in the Hedge. The A section starts in C, and the B section flips to A minor, the relative minor key to C, but all the notes stay the same. There are no higher notes than an E, so once again, it's a warm, mellow sounding tune. I think you'll like this one. We'll play it 3 times in a row. The first time a little slower to get you going. Our first tune in the key of C. No sharps, no flats. The Hole in the Hedge. Here we go. 1. top. One more time. There we go. The Hole in the Hedge is the name of that tune. You fiddle players might have noticed that I used my pinky a lot of times in that tune. Fiddling, the world of fiddling, we usually think that we can play open strings all the time, anytime, and that's certainly true. And classically trained players tend to use their pinky a lot more. The main reason I use it in the Hole in the Hedge is because a lot of times I'm already stuck on the G string with a C note, a third finger, and I need a quick D, and it's just smarter to just play fourth finger, but it's the long reach and it's the hardest reach of a fourth finger that a fiddle player can do. I also used it instead of open E's because the melody in the B section traveled up to an E but then came right back down. I didn't see any reason to add my open E to that, so I used some unconventional fingering in this unconventional keyed tune, but I had some good reasons to do it that were kind of a meeting of minds of my fiddle playing mind and my classical thinking mind, so playing mind. So, and of course, any combination of fingerings that works for you is fine. But if you saw me use my fourth finger, that's why I was doing it. All right, another jig in the key of C is maybe a little more famous than the Hole in the Hedge, although I think that the Hole in the Hedge is a lovely tune. The Geese in the Bog is the name of this tune, and this is usually listed in when you look at the top 20 jigs that you might hear anywhere. The Geese in the Bog is usually in it. And conventionally, once again, it starts in the key of C and basically spells out a C major chord as soon as you start playing it. So that's kind of nice. So it's definitely 100% the first chords are C chords, and the tune is once again in the key of C. No sharps, no flats. We don't need them. And the B section of the tune flips kind of like the Hole in the Hedge to the key of A minor. Once again, the relative minor. This tune, just like the Hole in the Hedge, has no last note, so you have to kind of click it back around to the key of C or hook it in to another tune, and it's sometimes not that easy. It can be a tricky tune to get into a set, but we're going to play it now, and after I play it 3 times I will end it on a C chord just to stop it, but you might want to do something different depending on what other tune you hook it to. Here we go, a pretty famous jig in the key of C. Once again, the Geese in the Bog. Let's listen to those geese. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. tune with no last note and no last chord. So you really have to think about what you're going to do if you decide to play the Geese in the Bog. But it is a classic tune and is maybe the most famous Irish trad tune that starts in the key of C. I don't know. But they're both great tunes. And you have to tell your friends, whoever's playing the chords, guitar player, bouzouki player, mandolin player, whoever you're working with, ask them if they realize what the chords are to that tune, because it's important to know that the A sections are in C major, the B sections start with A minor chords. All right. Well, I have two interesting tunes now, three actually, that are in the key of D minor, another very unconventional key for the Irish trad tunes. The first one is a fairly famous single reel called the Maids of Mitchellstown. It's famous because the famous Boffy band recorded this song way back in the 1970s, and it got it on everybody's radar. It's very unique. It moves through many different sounds in the melody, but it definitely starts in D minor. And there's many chords in this tune too, so I put them all, if you're looking at my exclusive sheet music, which all my trad friends do get from me every time we have a play-along session. You'll see that the A section changes chords every 2 beats, D minor, A minor, D minor, A minor, etc., etc. So it's a tricky chord. It's a tricky tune for the chord players. The B section of the tune is even trickier with some very odd notes, and we have to watch out for some F naturals, including low first finger on the E string for us fiddle players. Low first finger on the E instead of regular first. It has to be pulled backwards. And there's also some C naturals, low second fingers all over the place for a C natural instead of C sharp on the A string. And then the B flat that's in this key, it's actually in the key of F major, which has a B flat in it, as you'll see at the beginning of the tune here. Those are canceled out, so it's another weird thing. And you play B naturals. So you have to be on your toes to play this tune correctly. I'll play it 3 times around. It is a wonderfully melodic and unique tune. Almost sounds like classical music to me, as does another tune we'll play a little later in the session. But get yourself ready with a D and an A for a D minor sound, and the Maids of Mitchellstown. Here we go. 1, 2. Here we go. very unique tune in the Irish trad repertoire, a single reel in the key of D minor off the F major scale with lots of D minor, A minor chords, and very tricky notes and chords in the B section of the tune. But boy, it's a very good one. It's called the Maids of Mitchellstown. Hope you like that one. I have another one in D minor here for you. It's an O'Carolan tune. We're all big fans of Turlough O'Carolan. I know all my trad friends out there have enjoyed playing tunes from the blind harp player who lived in the late 1600s and early 1700s, traveled all over Ireland and wrote many beautiful melodies that have come down to us through all these centuries, and we still play them today. This one is a tune called Lord Galway's Lamentation. So it's a lament tune, a very sad melody. It definitely is, but a beautiful, heartfelt melody that's over several hundred years old. I haven't heard this one played at sessions because the chords are strange and it's hard for people to follow along, but it should be because, once again, it's lovely, lovely tune. This tune, you want to watch out. This one's in D minor Dorian, so this is off the C scale, not the F major scale. But we don't have to worry. We do have to worry about F naturals again and C naturals, so everybody watch out for that. And we have some interesting counting throughout the tune as well. It's in 3/4 time, and there's a number of measures to start with the dotted 8th and 16th note. And since we're going to play this very slow, it's easy to count as 1 and a 2 and 3 and. 1 and a 2 and 3 and. So we just have to watch for that, and we'll be pretty good. David said if he could go back in a time machine, he would go back in time and play tunes with Turlough O'Carolan. I think that would be a great idea. You'd have to remember, David, that Turlough would not know a lot of the tunes that we know. They hadn't been invented yet. They hadn't been created or composed. But you could play as many of his tunes as you want, I guess. I guess you'd have to go back when he was older, so that you would go back when he had already composed the majority of his tunes as well. So you wouldn't call one off and he'd never heard it. Say, I haven't written that one. And you'd say, yes, well, you will write it. So you'd have to be tricky. It would be a tricky thing in that old time machine. That's the trouble with going back in time. You can't change anything. You can't go back and say, well, let's play Lord Galway's Lamentation. And Turlough would say, I don't know, Lord Galway. I never wrote that tune. I don't know. Well, you will meet him, and something settled. Anyway, I'll see what you made me maybe do. You made me overthink all this. 2 times around on this beautiful melody from Turlough O'Carolan in D minor called Lord Galway's Lamentation. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. beautiful melody from centuries ago from Turlough O'Carolan. Ah, how much we love him. I wonder what he would think if he could take a time machine and see how his tunes are still played to this day and loved so much. So that's for sure. Beautiful tune. One more tune in D minor Dorian. One of my favorite jigs, actually, called the Walls of Liscarroll. It's a tune that I've taught many times at workshops and at string camps because it's actually, regardless of the key, which does include C naturals, you have to, once again, we're going to play with low second fingers on the A string, fiddle players, one more time. Regardless of that, the melody has very fun, repetitive bits. Once you play the first part, then you have repetitive bits. And in the B section, you play this little melody over and over again. You'll see that happen, and then the ending goes back to the very beginning of the melody. So I think we've done this many times here on the play along session, but it really fits the idea of an unconventional key. This tune sounds particularly moody and melancholy when you play it. So here we go, 3 times around in D minor Dorian, one more time with the Walls of Liscarroll. 1, 2, here we go. Strings as a D minor chord would sound on this great jig called the Walls of Liscarroll, another mellow tune. Maybe you fiddle players noticed it was all on the D string and A string. We needed a couple E's, but that was as high as the melody got. So another mellow, beautiful tune in a melancholy, very dark key here of D minor Dorian. All right, 5 good tunes 2 of them in C and 2 of them in D minor. Hope you like those. I'd like to remind all my trad friends out there that I'm here the first and third Mondays of the month. So here we are, the first Monday of August, as I do these sessions every 2 weeks. Somehow, as I change to that here in 2026, the weeks seem to go by even faster than when I used to do it every week. I don't know how that happens. Have you ever had that phenomenon where you do something bi-monthly, every other week, and the 2 weeks fly by and you go, it can't be that time again already, but that is the case. And so here we are saying hello to the month of August already. It's really hard to believe. So that so much of the year has already gone by, 7 months, and we're already into the back end of 2026. Well, a lot of fun things coming up over the next months, and we'll share them and play tunes together as the year continues on. And my next session would be session number 261, and that will happen on Monday, August 17th. So mark your calendar now. I have another idea for another theme session 2 weeks from now that will be an interesting trip through unique tunes. That's all I'll say. Okay? All right. Well, thanks again to all my trad friends for tuning in from all over the U.S. and even Canada and Mexico City, which means we have trad friends tuned in from 3 different countries here in North America, and it's in Central America, and that's so cool. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to send a donation my way and in my virtual fiddle case, my open fiddle case there, if you want. I think everybody knows how to do that. paypal.me/IrishTradFiddle. But whether you can put a donation in there or not, I appreciate ya all the same, a whole lot. So, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I do this for 260 Mondays. Never could have guessed that would be the case. But then again, who knows what the future holds? Am I right? That is absolutely correct. All right. Now we're going to do 3 tunes in the key of B minor. This skews off of a D major scale, so we will see the 2 sharps over there for the next 3 tunes that we do, but that doesn't change the fact they're in the key of B minor, and they have a very unique sound, the B minor tunes. Many of the trad tunes in Ireland that start in B minor often flip to D in the B section, and that certainly is the case with the reel that we're going to do now, called the Otter's Holt. And we'll hear it kind of flip from the minor to the major as we play it. This is kind of a challenging tune, but a great one to have in your repertoire as a good Irish reel. And there's a lot of flipping around of fingers. There's a lot of triplets, and for you fiddle players, I do a lot of rolling of my finger over for the very first notes. First finger on the E string, roll it over to first finger on the A string, and that keep you smooth and be able to slur and play your notes better. In the B section of the tune, I flip my third finger back and forth. You see, I don't pick it up. I roll it back and forth a little bit. So that's how you hear me playing smooth. And you guys can really use the straddle or the roll of your finger in many tricks. I was just teaching that to several of my students this last week. So watch for that to happen. First time around on the Otter's Holt, I'll do it nice and medium slow so that you can catch it all. Then we'll kick it up a notch for one more time around. What do you say? Here we go with the Otter's Holt in B minor. 1, 3. How it goes. One more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, what a very cool tune. And you can hear how the tunes that are in B minor have a very specific sonority about them, a special sound. So it's fun to be able to have a couple good B minor tunes in your repertoire to share with your friends and at a session to really change things up after hearing everything in E minor and A minor and D and G. Then you can really surprise everybody. Yet you're still comfortably playing notes in a D scale. So B minor can be a particularly fun one. Also, the Otter's Holt had a lot of B notes. You fiddle players, we had to play our pinky. A lot of pinky work here today, a lot of using our little finger, and we needed a lot of the high B's on your E string. And many of the Irish trad tunes do go up to that note. So we have to be strong and very confident when we play the little finger. If you don't play it confidently, everybody knows. That's one thing I've always said to my students. If you play it like you're scared and you're apologizing, it'll sound like it. So you have to be brave and play it like you mean it. So there's my Tom's hint for the day to the fiddle players. Use your fourth finger for those B notes and play them like you mean them. That's for sure. Hey, Fran's putting the viewer roundup here. So I would like to say thanks to everybody from Florida, Washington, Montana, Massachusetts, Ohio, Tennessee, Indiana, New York, Alabama, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Utah and Minnesota, and Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Mexico City, Mexico. All of you are watching me today and having fun playing these tunes. Wow, that's the internet's future for you, isn't it? Quite amazing. All right. Well, we got 4 more tunes to do, so let's get down to it. Far Away is a beautiful waltz type tune in 3/4 time, also in the key of B minor, written by an American trad player named Peter Jung, Jung. And this tune he wrote not that long ago. Maybe it was 10 years, maybe 15 or so, but it quickly became a kind of a standard for folks in the trad world to play, no matter what style you like. And this is a very cool tune, And let's play this one 2 times around. What do you say? A waltzy tune in 3/4 time called Far Away in B minor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Very cool tune in 3/4 time, a contemporary American tune called Far Away that has some beautiful chords, B minor, F sharp minor, just lovely chord work, but is firmly in the key of B minor. And one last B minor tune for you guys. I introduced this to you just a few months ago. It's called Carthy's Favorite. It's a tune I learned from a fella named Tig O'Macher, who I worked with at the John C. Campbell Folk School. He came in with all these wonderful tunes that he played and taught everybody. He was playing accordion. But I thought this was a wonderful slide tune in 12/8 time, which is 2 measures of 6/8 stuck together, but with lots of long, short, long, short, long, short rhythms instead of short, 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 short. So you can really tell the sound, how these tunes are different from jigs, although you can hook them together if you feel like it. But this one is firmly entrenched in the key of B minor, and we'll hear lots of B minor sounds in this tune, and it starts even on a big fat B. It gives it away right away. Here we go, 3 times around on a very unique tune called Carthy's Favorite. 1, 2, here we go. yes, another tune with no last note. And so you've got to tack it on or start a new tune after that. Another one in B minor, I don't know. But there we go, a very unique sounding tune. You can see that all three of the tunes that we just played, the Otter's Holt, Far Away, and Carthy's Favorite, have a very unique sound to them, being in the B minor key. Always fun to pull out and play some tunes like that at a session, and give everybody a little surprise, right? Okay, two more tunes to go. Coleraine is my next tune that I picked. This is a very famous tune and is probably one of the top 20 jigs that most people ever learn and add to the repertoire. And it's in just a common key of A minor off the C major scale. So it's actually the relative minor scale. No sharps or flats in this tune, but it is full of accidentals. I don't know an Irish jig that has more tricky notes to navigate than this one. So I put this in the set, not because it's in an unconventional key, but because it's tricky to play for even the best players. You've got to worry about G sharps, high third finger on the D string. We don't have to play there very often, us fiddle players. Other G sharps, we've got G natural moving up to G sharps. You've got E, F sharp, G sharp that we have to play, and F naturals, low first finger on the E string. So the first thing I'm going to do for you guys, I don't think I've ever done this on a play along session, and that's to play the B section of the tune, which has all the most sneaky navigating of any fingers, no matter what instrument you play. And I'm going to play it extra slow, so you can just hear it and play along and watch your fingers and work on all the things that need to be worked on. I'll even bring my fiddle up and show you up close as I play the B section of the tune. Starts with a C natural. And let's just warm up by playing the B section one time of Coleraine all alone. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2. One more time. How many G sharps was that, huh? Just the high third on the D string was 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times you have to play that, mixed in with a bunch of notes. I hope that helps a little bit. Here we go from the top now with Coleraine. 3 times around. 1, 2, 1, 2. go. One of the sneakiest, trickiest jigs that I know of. Very well known and a popular tune. Coleraine is the name of that. Named for a town in Northern Ireland, if my memory serves. But you got to navigate notes around in that tune, just like a classical player playing a little piece by Bach or Mozart. So good luck with that one. A real nice challenge and a good tune to have you practice your fingers being placed in every possible way, no matter what instrument you're playing, really. Well, I hope you enjoyed these tunes that I shared with you today in unconventional keys, kept your fingers moving and your brain engaged. You know, it's good to use the old gray matter up there and learn some new things and try to do some smart, interesting things on your instrument. So I think that's a good workout for you guys today. And I'm going to say thanks and treat you to just a happy tune in A major with 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp are right there in the key. And this is a tune that's actually a Scotch-English march, a traditional march, but is played in various towns and in sessions as a polka. It's called Salmon Tailing Up the River, and it's a very happy tune. 3 times around, what the heck, on this fun tune called Salmon Tailing Up the River. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Top. One more time. Go. 10 interesting tunes that I hope you enjoyed playing with me today. In session number 260 is done, and I hope you guys have a good 2 weeks ahead of you. I hope you all are happy, be well, and be at peace, and be kind, and play some tunes for yourself and your friends. And that's all a person can hope to do, right? Take care, and play some tunes, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, guys? Thanks. Bye for now.